Hi, welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to be telling you guys how I found out I was pregnant, and I'm going to give you guys the little backstory so you guys could understand from when we started trying to conceive. So at the end of November, beginnings of December of 2018, we started trying to conceive. So we were not using protection or anything, and since then, any tiny little symptom that I would feel, I would rush to Dollar Tree and get hella pregnancy tests. I would go to clinics and all that stuff to see if I was pregnant, and I would always get negatives. So that's how we were for a whole year. So on October 2019, my period stopped. Like every month I would get it on the 8th. And on October I didn't get it. So I went to Dollar Tree, I got pregnancy tests and negative. I waited a little longer because they say like, oh, well, maybe it's too soon so it doesn't show. So I waited a little longer and I got some clear blue pregnancy tests and they were negative. I went to clinics and they were still negative. So I was like, okay, then what's going on? I'm not getting my period and I'm not pregnant. So I tested all October, all November, and some of December, and they were all negative, and I still wouldn't get my period. So in January, I started feeling nauseous. Like, I could not hold anything in my stomach. Like, even water, I would throw up water. Like, I had never thrown up water in my life, and in January, I started throwing up water. The only thing that would stay in my stomach was fruit. So I was like that all January, throwing up. If I would stay standing for too long, I would like get lightheaded. And I was like, okay, so if it's not pregnancy, I started Googling. So there was anemia, there was a tumor, what else? An ulcer, and some other stuff. So it was February, and I told my baby's dad, like, prepare for the worst because I think I have something, and like, you better start planning the funeral and all that stuff because I think there's seriously something wrong with me. And he would tell me like, I think you're pregnant. And I was like, I've been testing all October, all November, and some of December, and it's all negative, and I haven't got my period. So no, I don't think I'm pregnant. I think I'm gonna die. So his mom also told me that she thought it was anemia and to go get checked. But my baby's dad kept telling me, you're pregnant, you're pregnant, you're pregnant, you're pregnant. And I was like, I'm not pregnant. And he's like, let's just go check. I was like, fine, like, we're gonna go check. I'm gonna go with you so I could get checked just to show you, so you could be convinced that I'm not pregnant, I'm gonna die. So one day we go to get tested. after work, after he came out of work, we went to go take a pregnancy test at a clinic. So I have been going to that clinic since November 2018, and this was in February 2020. So I told them I already know the routine. They asked me for my urine sample, and if I'm not pregnant, they're gonna call me from the door on the right. And if I am pregnant, they're gonna call me from the door on the left. So they called me from the door on the right, and I told them, I told you. So then I go, and then I was all ready to hear it's negative. But the lady told me, you're pregnant, do you have Medi-Cal? And I was like, what? And she's like, so she tells me again, you're pregnant, do you have Medi-Cal? And I was so shocked. Like, I couldn't believe it because I seriously wasn't expecting it. And so I go to the front desk, and they were asking me for my information and everything. And then I told him it's positive, and he starts screaming like crazy, like, oh my god, like, we're expecting a baby. And he's like, who am I gonna tell first? Who should I call? He started screaming and like, I'm gonna be a dad. And the nurses were right there laughing and everything. And I was like, shut up. So they gave me a bunch of paperwork to fill out, and I honestly couldn't. I was too shocked. So I asked him to fill it out for me, and he did. Then they took us to a back room to do an ultrasound, and this was on February 6th, I believe, or around there. And they told me that I was 6 weeks pregnant. So that means I got pregnant on Christmas. So that's the story of how I found out I was pregnant. Thank you for watching.